Dude, how? Well, good thing it didn't break, right? Did it? Not bad. We're getting better. I'm searching. So ugly. What is it? Beef cheek meat?
Yeah.
Okay. Nah. No. This one is the grinder for the coffee. So I can make homemade Vietnamese coffee. Fresh, if I want to. Over here. I don't know if this is enough. Well, I use a lot.
Get the big at the Costco.
No. Don't get the big one. It needs to be fresh.
Costco, they got fresh too.
It's not fresh.
No?
Man, good coffee, the beans, only last for a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're the freshest whenever they roast for a month. If you look at the bottom, come down, look at the bottom of it. Put your camera up, you see it? Wow. Hot hot water here. Oh, you could have got hot water from here. I go to a competition this month. I use this milk, so I need to practice. That's the steam one. Purge it, and then you go like this. That's okay. It's yours.
You know the coffee you put in your garden?
How much the latte? Like $6? Look, Mom is.
Hi, you want to eat first? Lily.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh my God.
this is incredible.
Ăn đi con.
He's in a meeting.
À.
Well, they haven't gotten back to me. Yeah.
You feel better?
free rook. Yeah, game match? No, you cannot do that. That's not a thing. Well, I'm playing match.
What am I missing? That was fun.
Honestly, I think the 8-5-10 is great here again. Because I think he goes like 3-10-11 up or something. It's going.
How about that?
I guess. Like I said, there's two, like.
Bottom. The likelihood, I'm not sure. I have to practice. Ah. Look. What's wrong with me?